talk spoilers, or do you want to? I can do it. I'm gonna make this an endings explain. Let's heavy spoiler this one because it's gonna make money. It's gonna. A lot of people are gonna see it. It's like 75% on the Google users. So people have. What do you think from the screening that we went to? Do you think most people liked it? What did you think about it? For the most part.
I liked it.
You like you feel like you're kind of like trying to convince yourself that you.
No, I mean.
Overall.
Because I mean, we saw us about what, a month and a half ago.
Sean, what did he say? Sean liked this more than he liked
I liked
us.
this more than us
Because you didn't have
Because
to
it
think
was-
too much.
Yes, this wasn't more of an entertainment thriller versus one that I really had to think real hard about. It's more of a traditional
Horror type,
Horror
or
type
psychological
thriller, yeah.
thriller and whatnot. And I was saying that what's her name? Her name is Diana Silvers, and I saw her in Booksmart, and I enjoyed. She had a smaller role in Booksmart, but I think she's like she's probably becoming like Hollywood's next, not it girl or whatever you want to call it, but you can tell that her career is starting to take off. She's getting, she's in a situation where like she's getting more work and being recognized. Look, I've only seen you in 2 movies and I've already like singled you out. I'm like, you're doing something good. Like I'm pretty much thinking that I like the way her talent is starting off, and I expect that we're gonna see more of her. I'm already seeing that in her. I'm not saying that she had that she did the best job. Obviously, I think Octavia Spencer did the best job in the movie, but I can tell Hollywood is focusing on her and starting to do some. Is going to be making some moves with her based on what I've seen from Booksmart. And this, I'm pretty sure if I clicked on it right now, I'm probably going to see IMDb that she's got a lot of work and lined up. I like Luke Evans in this, playing the dad, the jerk cop dad in this. And what was it? Octavia Spencer. I like Luke Evans. I like Diane Silver. And who else? If I can think of anybody else, obviously Juliette Lewis was great in it. And Allison Janney, we didn't get enough of.
No.
But those are the guys that I like. Oh, the officer in the movie was the director. That was Tate Taylor. That was I was like, why is he mentioned first over Octavia Spencer? Because he's the director. But what about you? What stood out for you in the movie?
I mean, I like that it followed more of a traditional classic thriller. I mean, this is one that, I wouldn't say cookie cutter, but it goes along those lines, like what you just normally would see.
This is the bad guy.
And the group of kids and how it goes. But, it was still fun and interesting and updated. But it wasn't too much that you had to seriously think real deep into it, where you're like, yeah, I don't even know, it's a lot to think about. It wasn't that kind of a thing.
The only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that it was unrealistic. Now, if anybody knows me, I am an expert in anything that has to do with like school scandals where like adults are being very inappropriate with kids. I don't know why, but I love those stories.
But they're all unrealistic.
The whole thing that threw me off is the fact that Octavia Spencer's character Sue Ann Ma, she went as long as she did without getting in any serious trouble, without the school finding out, the parents really finding out, or anything like that. She was able to be like manipulative and all that stuff and be sneaky throughout the whole movie, navigating without any kind of trouble. In real life, she would be in jail after the first party. And I mean, there's no way in the world any of those kids would have kept that a secret. Parents snoop around too much and they check kids' phones. There were too many players involved with all the big parties and all that stuff with all those kids, but that some parent wouldn't have found out and called the cops a long time ago. There's no way in the world that movie would have made it all the way to the end where it finally did. That was the only thing I had the biggest problem with. Everything else, the pacing of the beginning was kind of slow, but when Ma started to get crazy, then it started getting good.
I didn't mind it because I mean, if you look back at most of your thrillers, they're campy.
Oh, this was very
a
campy.
little cheesy where you're like, okay, yeah, come on, this is not how life is.
Check out my video where I talk about the definition of campy too, if you want to know what we're talking about. But yes, this was very campy.
This is that, but updated to modern times.
I like the other that one black kid in the he made 2 black references and Ma was not having it at all. Like it was too funny. That was kind of funny. Like they didn't you can tell that this movie was probably not written with a race in mind. It's, like for all I know that the Ma character was probably was in the writer's mind white, or just it could be whoever was going to give the best read was going to get the role. So it didn't matter that her being black or at all wasn't a big deal at all. That's one thing I like. But they still made like 3 or 4 references in there that was kind of too funny. The Medea line, that was funny. And the slavery line was from the boy, and then the painting of his face. There's only room for one of us. I thought that was funny. So stuff like that I found real funny.
I mean, I think it's success will help because this director was able to pull at least a few A-listers. Because if this movie would have been cast with all unknowns, I don't think it would be quite. I don't think quite as many people would go see it right off the bat. People are seeing Octavia Spencer as the lead and going, all right, this is worth going to see because she's a good actress. She
obviously got at least a good, cool. I would be surprised if she got anywhere less than like 700,000.
I say she obviously wasn't doing this for money. This was something that she at least said. This looks like something that's fun, or I've always wanted to do something like this. Let's do it.
I'm looking at the actors and I'm like, I'm thinking Octavia Spencer did get the most as far as like benefits, as far as payment wise. But then I feel bad for Luke Evans. This dude just got out of this Hobbit franchise, and he was in the Fast and Furious franchise, and he's but you know his part was small, so I it wasn't about that. They put together a good movie.
And I would say Juliette Lewis in a lot of. It's been a while.
Yeah, she's not struggling for hurting for anything. But Juliette Lewis. I'm thinking about Allison. I'm thinking about Allison Janney.
Because I mean, she had tons of stuff in the past, like in her younger days. Yeah. So it was nice to see her
again.
Back doing something.
I know Sean enjoyed loved that. He was like, "Wow, I didn't know she was in this movie." So it was, but I think they gave a lot away in the trailer. I was able to predict exactly what the problem was. She was a troubled woman who did not let go of what the bullying and what she went through. As a kid in high school, and she carried that along with her as she got older. She had what's the disease called Munchausen syndrome, where she convinced her own daughter that she was sick when she really wasn't, drugging her, making her weaker. You caught her that she was right there at the very beginning of the movie. And then when she came around in the middle of the movie, I didn't know that was the same person. She was just so forgettable, and I think that was on purpose, and that was one thing that was done very well in the movie, that Ma and even her daughter, as far as how like you these people are there, but they're easily ignored, they're easily forgettable, and even it worked on me. I didn't even connect the dots. I was probably the only dummy in the theater that didn't realize that was the same girl from the very beginning of the movie, but it was just such a throwaway part. I didn't connect it until a little bit into the towards the end. That Ma's daughter was she became a very important a character, and she's not even really credited that much. I probably have to scroll. Let me see if I can get her name in this movie. There she is. That her at the end?
Yeah.
Is it Tanya Wavers? Jeannie. Yeah. And let's see, young Erica. Is that who was the girl throwing the party that said Ma was crazy? Is that Haley? Was that Haley, or was that Yeah.
No, that's the mom, Juliette Lewis's character as a kid.
Oh yeah. But when everybody started like really turning on Ma, and she started to go on her little killing spree and stuff like that, that honestly should have really honestly should have been the end of the movie. The movie just like you said, it was campy, it was unrealistic to the point where
I think that's why they weren't probably worried about how much they gave away in the commercials, because if you're following a campy horror movie, you know exactly.
A lot of it was predictable.
You know how it's going to end. It's very predictable. So it's like, eh.
But the one thing that was not predictable was like the scene with Luke Evans and Ma, the whole misery scene. That one I won't give away, because I'm glad that they didn't give that one away in the. I wonder how it would have been if that would have been in the commercial. Because that seems like some good marketing that would have probably been funny. Like, ooh, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would have scared guys off on seeing it. But if you think of that movie Misery, it's a little hint to what went down in that movie. But overall, I mean, it was an okay movie. I'm glad I had fun watching it. Very predictable a lot of the times, but overall, it's very good.
I enjoyed it. Horror is not my
thing.
My thing, but I liked it. I wasn't bothered at all. It wasn't a cringe-worthy, like, all right, I've had enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Us was more cringy than that.
It definitely was. That was one that I was like,
yeah.
We're getting to
I'm gonna say I enjoyed Us more than this one, but it's a close second. It's not that this movie was, but I can understand if you feel like I would like a movie like Ma more than Us. I think I don't know, the topic of these crazy parents and these unruly kids and stuff. I don't know. I guess that's just something that's always been. You see it so much on the news. I'm always entertained by it. Like, how the hell does another teacher get caught with these stupid scandals and stuff and whatnot, especially in today's age. So this movie, the plot of this movie would have worked a lot better before smartphones and social media. If you take those things out of it, I feel like it from beginning to end could have worked better. But with social media being what it is, too much evidence, all those kids partying, sharing the pictures, videos, and stuff like that, Ma would have been in jail within the first 30 minutes of this movie. It's just how I saw it. But that's just my thoughts on it.
I think that's why, though, they put it
it felt like today.
No, I mean, but put them in a town
that was small,
smaller,
very small,
hoping that
you could probably still get away
there were
with
still
it.
people, family who were like, well, we live in a small town, so we're not quite as worried.
Yeah. Or
paying quite as much attention as the big cities. Nobody
thought she seemed so quiet. Like, she was like one of those types of characters, easily ignored. But
I mean, I think if you enjoy, and I'm not comparing it to these movies because those are classics, but I think if you enjoy the Jasons, the Freddys, if those are your line of movies,
where kids are getting killed,
where you just enjoy that kind of stuff, then you'll like this because it's in that same family of style of movie.
Right. But at the end, though,
where it's it's predictable, but,
but you still have fun.
But you still think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like those movies appeal to you.
She got when she got weird. It was that was the best parts of the movie. So yeah, if you want to see a woman like really get weird, that Octavia Spencer delivered on that. So overall, you have fun with it. Don't expect too much out of it, like plot and all that stuff. But it was good. It was a good time. So that's what. So let us know what you guys think. Until next time, guys. Peace.